And I've said to them, why don't they just watch a video, because you explained it already. But they want to know how you managed to get out of Australia when all the lockdowns and everything was going on. And they're like, oh, well, how did Max manage to escape? So, like,
you had to actually apply to leave Australia at the time. And I thought, well, that's a pretty good reason to leave. If I actually got to ask permission to leave, that's a pretty good reason to go.
Before the permission is taken away.
Yeah, and I was having these feelings that I should leave because they were going to do something to me. It started off with me I applied for a shooter's license about 14 months earlier, and it suddenly arrived in the mail. And I thought, why are they giving me a shooter's license if they've taken 14 months to approve it? Obviously, they've investigated me and they know who I am. So why are they giving me a shooter's license? They won't give me a permission to buy any weapons. You've got to get a permit to acquire. They wouldn't approve any of that, but they approved my shooter's license. I thought, what for? I think this feels like a setup. What are they going to?
If you can have a shooter's license, how is it that you can't have permission to have a weapon? It don't make no sense.
Well, you got a PTA in Australia. You got a permit to acquire. Like if you want to buy a gun, you've got to go into the shop, actually get the license number of the gun and send it to the and get a permit to acquire that weapon. You got to have a shooter's license to do that. So they gave me the shooter's license, and I bought two weapons. I bought a shotgun and a rifle, and they never approved my PTAs, but they gave me the shooter's license. And I thought, well, this shooter's license, this gives me the ability, even though I can't buy an actual weapon, I can go and buy bullets, I can buy gunpowder, I can buy everything associated with the weapons. And this, they could set me up as being a bomb maker and all sorts of stuff like that. So it just felt like they were setting me up. So I wrote to someone and said, hey, can you send me a request to come and work for your company? Because there was a guy I knew in the United States who ran a telco company. And he said, yeah, I'll send you a thing, because that's the only way you could leave Australia. You had to leave if you were working overseas, or if you had family or something, you were allowed to leave if you got approved to do it. And I had to submit the application. I had to submit the request by this company for me to come and work for them, all sorts of stuff like that. So I just did it all, just out of the sake of it. And they approved it all. And I thought, wow, I've got everything I need here now to actually be able to leave the country if I want to. And then that was in October. And then I found out that in November, they were shutting all that down. So they were stopping travel altogether. And I thought, well, okay, this might be a good time to leave. And I actually went online like a couple of times, and I bought the ticket and I got it all ready. All I had to click was okay to actually purchase the ticket. And I went, no, I'm going to stay. And I'd not do it. And then one day I just got this incredible, was like pulling at my solar plexus. You've got to get out. You've got to leave, because if they come and get you, if they set you up as a right-wing extremist, because, oh, look at this guy, how did we manage? It would have been perfect for them. But if they set me up as an extremist, then they're going to get my computers and they're going to be able to label all of my contacts as being part of some sort of sleeper cell or whatever. And I was in contact with the entire Australian resistance, like all of the alternate media in Australia. I've got a lot of contacts on Skype, a lot of contacts all around the world, all around Australia. And I thought, if I go down, it's not just going to affect me. It's going to affect all of these people. I'm the perfect person to bring down, because I'm probably the most prominent voice in Australia.
You bring down a lot of other people at the same time.
Would bring down a lot of people, would label all of them as extremists as part of a sleeper cell. If they could set me up with bomb manufacturing or something, they could say, well, look at this guy. This guy's like 65 years old. He's never voted. He's never filled out a tax form. Somehow he got a shooter's license and got access to all this stuff. We really need to tighten up all these loopholes and make sure this never happens again. So they could have brought in all types of legislation, all types of stuff. And I thought it would be really, really bad if I left. And so I did. I just bought a ticket. I said to my landlord, look, I am going. And he said, when are you leaving? I said, day after tomorrow. And he went, oh, my God, that's quick, And then I was just gone. And it was ridiculous. I had to fly out through Singapore because all the airlines were shut down. There was only one flight leaving Australia. Like Singapore Airlines was the only company operating. And I had to fly out of Australia to Singapore and then fly from Singapore to United States and do it all from there. And I just had this intuitive thing that I had to do it. So I did it,
Do you
A
think
lot of
that
people
is
just don't listen to their
you
intuition.
think that's because you're in tune with yourself? Like, do you meditate? Because you don't mention that, like when you're talking.
I used to meditate a lot. I don't really meditate that much anymore. I think you get to a point where your life is a meditation. I mean, I meditate just when I'm lying in bed going to sleep. I mean, so my mind's constantly in that state of flow. So I don't really need to meditate anymore. I used to, but I don't know. I
That
just have
helps
these
you though, to
downloads.
like come in tune with your body. So like when you had that feeling, you knew like, you know, I have to go, because obviously if you didn't go, you could have ended up like those people they shot in Australia.
Yeah.
You know?
I think they had something like that planned for me. It wouldn't surprise me at all. And they managed to do a little bit of it when they shot those people, the trains. And but it didn't get the result that they wanted. They would have got a much better result with someone like me. And I'm just in tune with that, you know, your higher senses, your intuition. A lot of people don't listen to their intuition. They have these little thoughts and they think, oh, that's weird. You know, it's like when you think, well, I'm going to lose my keys if I keep doing that. And then you lose your keys that day, you know,
It's like
because you kept doing that, you know. And people just don't listen. It's like even recently, like a year or so ago, when I was in the United States, I was in San Diego and I was ready to come back to Acapulco. And I just thought, no, well, this is actually an American Airlines ticket. So it means I can actually change it 3 hours before the flight. They're quite open to that. And I thought I might go visit a friend in Texas for a few days. And I did that. And then a hurricane hit Acapulco that night, right on my house. Like it actually crossed the coast on my house. And there was no
you missed them all at once though, innit? You know?
Yeah. I've missed two hurricanes.
Like recently now.
Yeah, I missed the other one.
It's like something tells you to get out of Mexico, innit? When they're about to like hit the storm, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I was going to come directly back from Croatia, but I thought, no, I'll stay in the United States for a few days. And hurricane hit again and had an earthquake. I was away for that as well. So when all these bad things happen, I just seem to be out of the picture for it. You know, I just listen to my intuition and I just do other things. You know, a lot of people just don't listen to their intuition. You know, if you're in tune with your intuition, you don't really need to meditate. You know, the universe is talking to you all the time. There is an electromagnetic conversation going on between you and reality, but most people have forgotten the language. I've just kind of learned how to listen to that language now and to realize that these thoughts come to you for a reason. They're not just random thoughts.
RH pure in the matrix, rare from glyph to grid, may ride the air. Crown of snakes, I twist the lore. Chitauri watch from occult door. Hue descend, blueprint redrawn. New blood rise by early dawn. Eyes of Horus on my track. Higher self, never look back. Me chant, me cast, me break them spell. Me come from original bloodlines, and me now come from them well. Night with a scroll serpent in hand, marking glyphs on the ancient land. Sound wave twist like alchemical charm. Me word them storm like spiritual arm. Excitata Lux, sound the code. Global wave, watch it unfold. Templar gates and Jesuit path. Rhythms reveal the hidden craft. Mirror me now, world take heed. Me plant the sigil, me sow the seed. The chant alive, let reality bend. Up a sigil begin, ascend. Excitata Lux, sound the code. Global wave, watch it unfold. Templar gates and Jesuit path. Rhythms reveal the hidden craft. You come forth from Chitauri line. My DNA wrap around space and time. Me walk among ruin where Templar pray. My voice is sword, my lyrics slay. Me sight deep, Horus I flash. Decode the spell, them Babylon crash. Seraphim whisper from realm so black. Me chant a gate, no turning back. Sigil chant, make them tremble. Years who call, me voice assemble. Golden rhythm, truth reveal. Bloodline cipher, me stamp the seal. Excitata Lux, sound the code. Global wave, watch it unfold. Templar gates and Jesuit path. Rhythms reveal the hidden craft. Mirror me now, world take heed. Me plant the sigil, me sow the seed. The chant alive, let reality bend. The sigil begin ascend.